All right, today we're gonna do a little something different. I guess not really that much different. Today we gotta do a little maintenance on this thing back here. It's got a header leak that I've been kind of ignoring for like a long time. It's on the driver's side, right against where the flange goes against the head. I don't know if the flange is bent or if it's cheap gaskets, but it's leaking. I wanna change that. And I need to address the front diff on this because I had to put it in full drive a couple different times this past winter. A couple times, it barely even snowed, but every once in a while I'll hear like a growl. I don't know if the fluid's bad or if it's a bearing or the ring and pinion. I don't know, but I'm gonna put some fresh fluid in it and check it out. I'd like to see what kind of fluid comes out of it too. It's been leaking and I don't know if it's over full or what, but I gotta figure that out too. And if you don't know, this truck obviously has a 5.3 in it, and I put these long tube headers on it. They're from Speed Engineering. They're for like a 99 to 07 truck, which, you know, the year this motor came out of. And I put these on over the summer, 3-inch exhaust. Check, there's a video out. I did it on this truck over the summer. It's a cool video, I guess. But it's leaking right around the top on both, on the front, on those two last cylinders right there. It's gonna be kind of a pain to do because I have to probably drop the entire exhaust because it has V-band clamps on it. You can kind of see right down there. And I'll probably have to drop the entire exhaust. That's why I've kind of been avoiding doing it, just because it's gonna be kind of a pain. But on the bright side, you know, it is 65 degrees out and sunny in the middle of February. Well, I got it out, and I think that it's just a cheap gasket, clearly. I mean, yeah. So I think the headers are fine. Looks pretty flat to me. But probably have to clean the head up pretty good though, because you can see, you know, where obviously, you can tell by the way that it's leaking, because it is leaking. So I have to clean that shit up, and it should be pretty easy. I didn't even have to, all I did was just unhook the one V-band. The header fell literally out of the truck, and then it was hanging by the O2 sensor. So that's fine, that's good. Got this unit all patched up. I had to remake. I just fixed two of the plug wires. When I yanked them off, the little clamper jobber for the spark plug got ripped off, so I had to kind of pull it apart and reclamp the piece onto the spark plug wire again. Other than that, that's all done. I already got the gasket and bolts. Everything's tight. I didn't have to even drop the exhaust. I just unhooked it down on the one V-band. Easy enough. Got everything tightened up. I'm gonna see if this is fixed now. Hopefully it is. I think the keys are still in it. Yeah. I think it's fixed. Just a little lifter chatter, but that's all right. 200,000 miles, you're gonna have that on the big job. I think it's fixed though. I don't have to drive it to be able to hear it. I usually can really never hear it at idle, but I can only hear it when I was driving, just kind of like in the firewall area. now that's all done, I'm gonna get started on draining the front diff, like I said earlier. Start putting some new fluid in that and see how that goes. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna do anything or not, but it'd be interesting to see what comes out of it. Got it all drained and filled back up. It don't really look like that bad, but it is kind of shiny a little bit. But it's still got a lot of viscosity, so I don't know. I don't know. It's done though. At least that's I know that it's good fluid still. So mark that off the list of things that's wrong with this pile. All right, today I'm out in the shop again. I want to do some work on this thing that's been sitting back here. People have been, you know, asking. I've seen a couple comments. Whose truck is that? What is that? Well, it's my buddy's truck. Just storing it here for winter. He told me while it's sitting here that he wanted a couple of things we need to do to it, and we'll get into that today. It's got an axle seal leaking. The rear diff cover gasket's leaking too. It's an '88 two-wheel drive step side. 350, 700 R4. It just got painted over the summer, last summer. Fresh rockers and cab corners, fresh fender, bumper, everything. It's a really, really nice truck. Very clean now. And don't mind that. That's what those are for. He just left them on there while he brought it back home from the paint shop. It wouldn't fit on the trailer because of the wide, so he just left those on there. And obviously, the flat tire's gonna go away because when I get down to this, I'm gonna put those wheels back on it so it looks nice and cool and it's not sitting on a flat, so it doesn't look like it's a piece of junk. And all the front end pieces, headlights, turn signals, the corner markers, the valance, that grille filler piece, taillights, everything, it's all inside the truck and box and just hasn't got put in yet. I got all the gasket surfaces clean, put oil in it, changed the axle seal, put the axles back in, obviously. And you might be wondering why I have it up on the car ramp jobber thingies. Well, it's just easier to know how to set it on jack stands to get the set level so I can fill it up, make sure the rear end's actually completely full without it, you know, sitting like this. And then it's like I set it down level and it's like 2 quarts over full, obviously. Other than that, it's pretty much done. It's got to put some fluid in it, and then she's ready to go. Got it full of oil. Got the meats back on it, so it looks like 10,000 times better. Obviously, you can see how shiny it is. It's, you know, it is a really nice truck regardless, like I've always said a million times. The wheel setup on this is a 225 70/15. I think that's an 8 wide. Then the rears are 295 50 15, so then a 15x10. It's got a 4.6 drop on it. Flip kit in the rear, and then it's got a nice little C-notch in it, and the front's got a 2-inch spring and a 2-inch spindle on it. Looks pretty good. Now I got all that out of the way, all the OBS stuff. I want to focus on getting this situated. I want to paint the wheels. I painted that one, not even close. Not gonna look at that. That was just to get it so it wasn't like speckled black, whatever the hell it was. I put a new front tire on this too when I put in that wheel too. So now they're all, it's a square setup, so it didn't have a giant 37-inch tire on the front, like some 20s on the rear. So now it looks even, looked great. A lot better at least. But I just want to paint the wheels, make them match. That's like not even close to what it's supposed to be. So I got some wheel silver to match everything up.